More and more people are becoming aware of the links between Epic Chain and Ripple. I wanted to give you a full report on all of these new pieces of information because there's been a lot going on with RL, USD, and XRP in the Epic community. How Epic is building their ground game in the real-world asset space, and why this is 20% more than the last video we made on this topic, which was only a month ago. It's written, they say on their website that they have the real estate community that is growing the fastest and that they are backed by real estate first capital partners Ripple Chainlink. We will talk about the other people who are involved in a moment. A lot of news and information is given by them. In this one place, though, you can find a list of all the real-world stock markets. In all seriousness, it looks like. It sounds like you're talking about the tokenization of real estate, collectibles, commodities, things for everyday use, government bills, asset-backed securities, money market funds, and a lot more. The technology they use is called the Epic Stack, and this piece talks about it. Epic can mix different kinds of real-world value into a single, smooth stream that can be used for tokenization. Real estate, bonds, and collectibles are just some of the things that the Epic design can turn into unchained primitives that can be staked, sold, or spent right away. A lot of different things can be done with these primitives. Access to tools that make money can be gained without giving up liquidity or the ability to be mixed with other tokens. It is possible to do this. XRP also lets you set up auto-compounding, yields the most, and gives you the most exposure to all of the big asset markets that XCSD platforms where you can buy Epic, such as Binance, Bybit, Uniswap, CRY, PTO.com, Coin, Gate.io, IOMexi, and many more. What they want to do is add real-world value to the chain that is worth $50 billion. So I did some study and looked at the first round of funding that they raised and had gotten. Ripple, take a look at this. You can see Rail Centura and Hidden Road if you move down. You could also look at Epic Chain, which has a $20 million seed round. The next thing you need to do is go to Epic Chain and look up the names of some of the first backers. In closeness to Ripple is another business called the Polygon Studios. Along with Morningstar Ventures, Black Edge Capital, and the Algorand Foundation, there are many other companies in the area. As I already said, this is 25% more than the last time we did a film, which was 30 days ago. A lot of people are in support of it, and people are beginning to pay attention to it. Plus more. Below is information about the first buyers and why this is important. On the other hand, Chainlink, which is a parody of the industry, is thought to be the safest and most widely used Oracle option for blockchains. Tech, power, smart contracts, and real-life facts are all important parts of this conversation. There are 566 people working for the company. Blockchain's network keeps billions of dollars safe, and Epic is working with them on this too. This is a very important change. This piece talks about both Polygon Studios and Kinetic Capital. Finally, there are a lot of people who are really interested in this. You can do your own study to find out who supported in case you're interested. I had this thought a long time ago, so I'll leave some of that information in the text. With Epic's new infrastructure, goods, credit, and real estate are turned into activated assets that can be staked, spent, and have organized returns that are meant to be moved around and put back together again instead of just sitting there. Epic is a system that makes the real world better in a certain way. To show even more of the different changes that are happening, before we talk about Epic, it's important to keep in mind that the fiat trade markets are currently matching Epic with the world's reserve currencies. A lot of cryptocurrency is being bought by BlackRock, as well as by states and stock market companies. Because of this, there is a big need for individual buyers. Most of the time, people who are new to selling cryptocurrency will only be able to use USD. 1 billion people live on Earth. People all over the world will be able to use straight cash pairs to play Epic. One of the main goals of the project as it moves forward is to bring Epic to Asia. In a hurry, Epic just finished releasing a brand new pair of fiat cars. This means that millions more users can now access the character and their surroundings. It is a part of one of the biggest countries in Asia. Still, even though the business keeps adding more products for Western markets, Epic's main goal remains the same. There has been one of the most important coin pairs ever for Epic to have for the past month. This very moment, Epic is letting millions of people into the real-world asset economy, which could become the biggest market in the world. In this case, this is what they say. Their goal is for 1 billion people around the world to own Epic. Epic is owned by Epic. That is what they want to do. After that, Epic keeps adding to its XRP native infrastructure to make sure that all of its real-world assets are in line with our LUSD. If this plan is put into action on Ripple's USD, Epic will be able to add a native USD residential layer into the places they live. This feature will be what makes tokenized real estate cash, goods, and collectibles work. It is possible to make yield payments and payments that are paid in dollars because of this. Treasury N and market making in US dollars are talked about, as well as risk-managed cross-border payments on the XRP ledger and a lot more. In fact, it does talk about the real-world asset system, which is run by Epic, and can be used with XRP. Epic is building the most complete tech stack for tokenized real-world assets right now. Because of this, credit, real estate, goods, antiques, and a lot more will all be linked. Besides that, here is some other information that we did talk about. There is a term that says fragmented access to $50 trillion in real money. Uphold and Epic Chain both look like they are going to get ready to list their goods. Given that you already have an Uphold account, you can use Epic if you want to. Aside from that, they are going to a new cryptocurrency market called coins.ph. It is true that I did make a movie here on July 22nd. It took place about a month ago. It's already been said that this is a 25% rise from before. You can watch this movie by clicking on the link at the bottom of the page. It will tell you more about what Epic is trying to do with this project. Someone said something about the inside chain. We want you to know that this is when Eternity Chain really became Epic. The 10th of February 2022 is the day to push into Ethereum, Solidad, Burnley, Games, and No Vigi tickets. They have raised $20 million. The Ethereum NFT market and the Eternity market were mostly interested in drops from famous athletes and celebs. Last night, it was said that it had successfully secured more than $20 million in seed funds from Eternal Labs. Since more famous people and companies are getting into the NFT space, Eternity will be able to meet ASI. With the help of a new parent company to create games that let players make money in metaverse projects. They had these goals in mind when they first started out. Any of these other companies, like Polygon and Ripple, were putting money into this particular project. Epic has been working to grow into all of these real-world assets, it looks like.